This is why you shouldn't listen to any tier list in the current Wuthering Waves beta. We all know the feeling of not getting the good characters at the very start of every game. Everyone is afraid to make mistakes because they think that they could ruin their account. Currently, since Wuthering Waves is about to be released next month, we could see a lot of content creators and players making their own tier lists. While most of these tier list creators are very knowledgeable about the game and have experienced Wuthering Waves in beta, we could also say that even though it is still subject to change, it wouldn't be too significant. But you shouldn't just go for the character that is currently quoted as the strongest. If you're only thinking about this, then you have a long way to go. Don't worry, I'm here to help you understand this game by starting with the basic things that you need to know. First off, you need to know about character elements and intro and outro skills using the Concerto energy. Nerdy words, right? Don't worry, I'll explain them one by one so you can understand them. Here are just some of the reasons why getting the quote-unquote strongest would be really bad if your team is not built well to support that strongest. Now that we know the subjects, let's go over them one by one. While I wasn't able to get into the Wuthering Waves beta, I've been able to watch and do research on the elements present at Wuthering Waves. These are aero, such as alto and jian, electro, such as calcharo and yuanwu, fusion, such as mortifi and encore, havoc, such as danjin and taochi, spectra, such as the rover and verena, and glacio, such as baiji and sanhua. I know what you're about to ask, you Genshin nerd. So what is the melt, vaporize, or the big daddy hyperbloom? Before we go there, we should first understand the resistance of bosses. To easily understand this, here is an example. Jian, an aero character, would have a hard time fighting this monkey because it has a strong elemental resistance towards aero characters. So using any other element against Phalian Berengal is much better. Another example is Impermanence Heron. This boss has a huge resistance against Havoc users such as Danjin, which is why using her here would be a very bad idea. I think that this is pretty easy to understand. Now let's continue to the exciting part, the Concerto energy. Concerto energy is this bar that you need to fill up beside every character when in the field. To fill this up, you simply need to attack monsters with your skills or normal attacks. This is the condition that needs to be met to make your character use their outro skill. But what is intro and outro skills? Each character has their own unique intro and outro skills. Let's use Yinlin, my mommy, my savior, and my pocket for our example. Intro skills are the skills that your character will use once you put them out on the field. On Yinlin's case, she will command her zap strings to attack and deal electro damage to the enemy. And once you've filled up her Concerto energy, you would be able to use her outrow, where if you swapped her out, the next character would receive electro damage deepens, and resonance liberation damage deepen for 2 seconds, or until they're switched off the field. This is typically how you will generally fight in a battle, so you better have your rotation intact in your mind before entering the battle, because I don't think the skill called Random Bullshit Go would work in hologram bosses in this game. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does Yinlin's outro liberation and electro damage deepens things mean? Blame Wuthering Waves for not accepting me on their closed beta test too that I couldn't try it out. Just kidding. But you could leave a like and subscribe in this video because it would help me to be able to participate to upcoming open-world gacha games such as Azur Lane, Promelia, and give you more information about it. Kidding aside, you should first read the skills of the characters that you will use in the game to know what team would do well with them, or if you're really lazy, just search it up. There are many websites out there that shows not just a tier list, but team comps as well. I know I've said that you shouldn't completely trust any tier list because it would all still depend on you and your game style, but maybe you're really just a meta slave who enjoys pulling out big damage, and I'm not going to stop you. This is for our casual players who are worried that they would get the bad character and afraid that they would not be able to clear content, especially if they're free to play. So for our casual players out there, or to the people who've seen their favorite characters on the bottom of someone else's tier list, listen to me. You should be going for the character that you really like. Yup, I said it. Since most of the time they would be powerful as long as you have the right team and the right enemy for them. For our meta slaves out there, if you enjoy to play that way, then have it your way. At the end of the day, we play these games to have fun and not become another problem. But for everybody, I would really recommend you to join the cult of Yinlin mains and pull for her, even though some of us are weird, not including me, of course. We help each brother out. You want to farm 24/7s to get all of the Pokémons and become the Pokémon Master? Just call a Yinlin main, and they would enjoy to just look at the scenery that is in front of them and not realize how much time have passed. Even though some of us smells like shit, we still help our brother out. Okay, enough with the jokes. Another factor that could affect your skills and gameplay is to choose that character that is compatible with your playstyle. In my opinion, your playstyle could be determined by the one you think you'll be comfortable with when playing the game. This may be a very sweaty take, but I think that having a character that you think you'll be comfortable with would make your skills and combos smoother than if you had a character that you don't feel comfortable with, even if they're on the S+ tier on somebody else's tier list. Keep in mind that there is a parry system in this game, and if you feel that you can't parry as frequently on a character you don't like as compared to the character that you really like, then this could mean that that character may not be compatible with your playstyle. Though yes, you could learn it in time. It is still ideal to use the character that is compatible with you, and usually, it is the character that you enjoy and are planning to main in the release of the game. Currently, as we're waiting for the game to release, you could watch some gameplay videos from some content creators. There are gameplay videos all over the internet from specific characters, so you could see if you liked a certain character's gameplay or not. And if you're really sweaty, I would recommend this website called encore.mo. I'm not sponsored, but it is really a great place to read the overall kit of a certain character, such as this one from Mommy Yinlin. If you're still having a hard time knowing which character you think would be compatible with you after watching some gameplay, all you can do is wait for the full game to be released. And there should be a character trial so that you will know which one feels right for you. Luckily, as of the release of this video, there is less than a month, or to be approximate, 25 days before the full game gets released. So soldiers, all you need to do is endure it for another month. If you're curious about what dangerous mistakes Wuthering Waves could make with their game to completely turn it into a dead game months after release, then check out this video. With that, thanks for watching.